All right, here we go. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another vintage pattern from this gorgeous book I have. So I have been told it is called Patons, so I am going to stick with Patons. So thank you so much to that lovely follower who told me she was 70 years of age and from Scotland and knew with confidence that it was pronounced Patons. So let's go and choose another pattern to work on. We are going to be making this gorgeous cushion. It is so simple. The concept is so simple, just 4 triangles seamed together. And the previous project in the booklet showed you how to make a triangle, therefore learning the valuable skill of decreasing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The instruction says, now work some triangles, because it's referring to up over where it showed you how to make a triangle. Now work some triangles and half trebles with sides sloping inwards, and this time make 4 in different colours, which when joined together will make one side of a cushion. Join the 4 triangles together as illustrated by working through the 2 edges with 1 row of double crochet in a dark shade. Make similar piece for the back. So that will give you an idea of the brevity of the patterns, just short and simple. You know, the definitely are much shorter in comparison to modern day patterns, which I like. And then you would never have had videos or anything like that. Yeah, so it's just interesting to contrast modern patterns with vintage patterns and see, you know, just see the differences. So let's pick a palette and make a cushion. This is the photograph of the cushion from the magazine, which is obviously black and white, as were most of the images in magazines and print at the time. I used an online tool to make it come to life in colour. Okay, blue is my absolute favourite colour, and I had taken these from my stash and put them together in a bag, knowing that I would make some sort of project with them at some stage. So this seems like the perfect time. I have these left over from my book blanket. I have a video on my crochet book blanket 2025. If you want to check that out, you'll see just what I did for that. So I know that's not blue, but it just kind of works with them. So yeah, are they the same shade? I think that might be the same shade. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I have a decent amount. I definitely could get 3, 4 or the 4 triangles. Would I have enough? Is that the same? Yeah. Okay, I wonder, do I have enough to make 8 triangles though, 2 of each? We'll have to see. That's just that. Could be a seaming colour, maybe. No, maybe not. Okay, so I definitely have a palette going. I'll have to look and see if I have any other blues. I'm sure I have another couple of blues in my stash. So yeah, I think we're going to go with blues for this. Boo-hoo. I lost at Yarn Chicken so close to the end as well. I was using this nice denim blue, but I just don't have enough. And I had a good search through my stash, but I don't have anything that I can find that matches this. Luckily enough, I do have the Aran weight of some of these shades of the Yarnsmiths yarn that I'm using. So let's see. So here I attached and held double the Aran weight version. You can see the 2 strands there, and I think it looks good. I don't think you can tell. The shade is a perfect match. Maybe it's slightly thicker. I don't think you can tell at all. No, I think it's good. I finished off the square there, and yeah, I'm playing around with the arrangement of the colours now. I'd encourage you to check out the comment section from the first video I made using this booklet. There was a great insight given into the history of Patons from people who know a lot more than I do about it. I'm about to pick my seaming colour now. I have a few different options. So I'm just looking through and seeing what way I could also arrange the triangles before I seam them. I do have a pretty odd combination compared to what the pattern suggested, but I'm going with it. So I have that denim blue that I ended up having to frog because I didn't have enough. So there's that one. And I have kind of a lighter blue shade that's similar to what I already have, but not exactly the same. And then I have that navy shade right there. They do recommend in the pattern that you use a darker shade to seam them, so I'm kind of veering more towards the navy, but there are the three options lined up side by side with my triangles. And here is the biggest cushion known to man. And here I am just trying to arrange and see what way will I go with the configuration of triangles. I've settled on this configuration for the front and this one for the back. Time to seam. Unfortunately, my audio failed here, but all I am doing is showing you me seaming the very last edge. So I'm showing you my chunky chunk, huge cushion here. And I am going to pop it in and seam along that final edge. And then I will reveal my gorgeous cushion in all its glory. Stick around to the end of the video for the bloopers. Are you ready? Here it is. Ta-da! It is absolutely massive. That is completely on me. That is not on Patons. That is on me. I chose the chunky yarn and I had to play around a little bit with the starting chain for the triangles. But yeah, I wanted a big cushion and I wanted chunky yarn. And that is most certainly what I got. So, as I mentioned in the video, I was using yarn from my stash. So I was doing my favorite phrase. I was shopping my stash. Of course, I could have gone out and bought 4 colors, 4 shades for this and had it the way that they had it in the magazine, but there's really no need to do that. So I just shopped my stash and I improvised where I needed to, and I came up with this idea of putting 2 triangles of the same color on one side. And this is probably going to absolutely freak the life out of some of you because I have 3 shades on the other side. 2 the same and 2 different. So I have the 2 light blue, then I've got the royal blue, and I've got the denim blue that I lost Yarn Chicken to. Well, I won Yarn Chicken in the end because I improvised and held those 2 strands of yarn double. But yeah, I only had enough denim blue to make 1 triangle. But you know what? I love it. It's now reversible, so I can have it either way. I can put it this way, or I can have it this way. You can kind of see little detail, like hole detailing there. Like I was reading at the beginning of the pattern, there's very little by way of written instruction, like as in the written instructions are there, but they're at the bare minimum because it's a vintage pattern. So it's kind of cool to contrast that with more modern patterns. But yeah, the detailing that you can see there, I don't know if that is intentional or what, but the way that you see, the way that you finish your rows and the way you decrease creates this gap. And then when you seam up along, it creates almost like a filet crochet kind of design. It's more noticeable in the darker shade, obviously. But yeah, I really like it. I did have to kind of pay real close attention in the middle there to try and line up the 4 seams. And again, there were no instructions for that other than seam it and use this stitch to do so. But yeah, I suppose it's good. It's good for the brain. You've got to really figure it out yourself, you know, and yeah, I'm really delighted with the outcome. So here we go. All credit to Patons and First Steps in Crochet for this really cool 1960s vintage pattern. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be, okay. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be working another vintage pattern from Let's, no, it's not, no, it's definitely not called Let's anything. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, are you looking at yourself or the camera? Look at the camera. Okay. Why is my nose itchy? Hello and welcome back to my video. I am going to be working another pattern from this gorgeous Patons Vintage Crochet. Oh, you didn't hold the microphone to your hand, to your face. Okay, try again.